ISEE 2024 E&E शो बॉम्बे एग्जीबिशन सेंटर में जहां लोगों ने विभिन्न विभागों ने अपने विभाग की जानकारी दी, तो वहीं आयोजकों ने प्रदर्शनी के बारे में भी अपनी जानकारी साझा की।
Thank you for all the inputs, your insights, your opinions.
इंडिया में शहरों में अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग का महत्व सभी जानते हैं और उसको फुलफिल कैसे करना है, उसको पूरा कैसे करना है, उसी के ऊपर हमने डिस्कशन किया और क्या चैलेंजेस आते हैं ये अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग करने में और क्या करना चाहिए हमें उसको सही करने के लिए। बस आज का पैनल का डिस्कशन उसी के बारे में। थैंक यू।
As we all know, India is the second largest market in the world. We also have the capital in terms of resources and manpower and technology. In fact, many of the majors, multinationals, are actually looking at India as their design center. Now, when we have that kind of a situation, we have the potential to expand and grow our business way beyond the borders and the shores of India. However, that will not be possible unless people see our capabilities and unless we manage to demonstrate those capabilities. This show has been primarily put together with that intention to show that India is capable. India is the time for India. Of course, China is the largest export market anywhere in the world, and like Dr. Niranjan Hirandani said, we say China +1. I think it's our time to be that +1. And this show is focused on that.
Okay, and since this infrastructure sector is growing in India, particularly across the country and internationally, so what is your outlook and opportunities for this sector?
So again, I will refer to Dr. Niranjan Hirandani when he said that the growth is expected to be 25% year on year. I think he's very close to that number. Just to, for example, if you were to look at the Prime Minister's goal of 20 million affordable housing, those affordable housing is going to be vertical. That's not going to happen without elevators. We look at the number of airports being developed. I think we have the maximum number of airports being developed in any single country. Metros, railway stations, everything is going through a whole large development cycle, and we cannot afford to miss that. And if we have to get into really international world-class standards, it's not going to happen without world-class, international class elevators and escalators.
So can we do this answer one more time?
For sure.
So the infrastructure is growing across the country and internationally. So what is your outlook and what do you think the opportunities for this sector?
Opportunities are great. I mean, I know it sounds a short answer, but the fact of the matter is we have got the largest number of airports being either developed or being redeveloped in this country. And how do you manage an airport without having elevators and escalators? We have got metro stations, metro rails networks all being expanded, and all those require elevators and escalators. But I would also like to add something, that we are looking in terms of 20 million housing units to be delivered as per the commitment of our Prime Minister. Again, those housing units will not be possible without elevators. So we have a huge potential, and I think it's more than 25% growth year on year.
Okay. Against this backdrop, like you arranged the expo, and this is like from the past year. What is your experience? How this sector has been evolved over these years, basically? Like what changes, technological changes, innovation you have seen?
Technological innovation, the basics still remain the same, but what we have seen as a change from 2022 to now is that we have evolved standards which are now based on the international standards in ISO 8100, so which makes us at par with any country in Europe or any country for that matter anywhere around the world. It's not that we had low standards, but we've just pushed it up to another level now. We can export, we can import, we can do everything because the standards are same anywhere in the world.
Okay. And when you put all these companies on one platform, like you are bringing together, like what was your idea? What was the objective behind that?
The idea is to get out of the silos that we operate in. So every company operates in its own silo. When we look beyond, we managed to expand our capabilities, we managed to get better ideas. And that's the basic idea of putting this show together.
This question will be for the man. So I'm just teasing this question as per the preparation point of view. So kind of what is the backstory? How you have done the preparation? What goes behind this this mega expo? And from the last year to this year, the expo has been increased, the stalls has been increased. So how do you have done the preparation? What was the basically the backstory we need to know?
So ISEE, when we first launched ISEE in 2022, we were still the largest elevator exhibition in India with about 17,000 square meters. From there, for the second edition, we've grown about 50%. So today we are at 25,000 square meters. We have traveled internationally to a lot of markets promoting the exhibition. We have also promoted the exhibition in print media. We've given advertisement in Times of India across different cities in India. We have personally gone and met elevator companies across the world, and we've also participated in each and every elevator exhibition across the world to promote ISEE. So today, ISEE, being a 25,000 square meter show, we've got global representation not only from Indian companies, but we've got companies from the US, we've got companies from China, we've got companies from Germany, Italy, Russia and Turkey.
Okay. So when we are talking about the international companies participating in this expo, so now we are taking this question ahead and we are focusing on, next year we are focusing on the Africa. So basically we are putting this on the international stage. So what is your take on that?
So when we travel to Africa, we realize there's a big potential there in terms of the elevator industry, especially because development is at the peak in Africa, which is why we launched the exhibition there. And we're doing it with our partners in Africa, but we are not, even though the exhibition in Africa is concentrated, it's going to be in Kenya, in the world's largest exhibition center there, but we are going to be targeting the entire continent.
Opportunity for the Indian manufacturer to showcase there.
Because ISEE is anyway being sourced as a sourcing exhibition. So when we get clients to come from other countries to India to source, we're doing exactly that. We're also trying to take Indian companies to Africa.
Okay. And what are the challenges you face organizing expo like this? What are the major challenges you face?
The first issue that we have is we in India have found it very difficult to believe that we can be this big. I think that's been our biggest challenge. And today, I believe the industry recognizes that there is no place, there's no area, there's no space that will hold us back. We have the potential and we can do it.
Okay. Now the next question is on this only. So, what is the role of TAC in the industry contribution? What do you offer?
This is TAC as me as a person? As a person or?
As a person and
Okay.
as a company.
I've been in this industry for more than 35 years, and the way I look at it is this is my time to give back to the industry. I'm involved in the standards codes. I also run a trust which is focused on teaching children how to use elevators and escalators safely. I go around conducting workshops on teaching people how to do elevators better, teaching them on standards and codes. So in many ways, I think it's my time to give back to the industry, an industry which has served me so well.
Why choose Africa to for the international?
And that particular
quiz about the quiz.
Okay.
Holding the quiz first time.
So talking about the international exhibition, I think that this will be the first time you are going international in terms of exhibition, right? So why choose Africa?
There are two reasons. The first reason is very emotional and personal because I grew up in Africa. Second is I do believe that Africa has a great opportunity, and I think we as Indians, I think we are the closest there and we can give and provide service and support. And this is also a request that has come from the people in Kenya, Tanzania, and many other countries. They have requested, so it's just not a common thing, but I think it's a very logical direction.
Now see, the expo always have the mix of Indian manufacturers and the foreign manufacturers. So what do you think, like, what is the role of Indian companies plays among the major global players which come from which are the multinationals?
There used to be a time when it used to be only multinationals. That's changed. There are many Indian companies who can stand up to those multinationals and compete with them, both in terms of technology, in terms of safety, in terms of quality. And that belief comes only from within. And this expo has really helped build up that belief.
The last question is on quiz basically. So this year,
Can I just
we are-
add one thing about IC 2026 because we are shifting the venue to New Delhi.
Yeah.
That's coming, that's coming.
Next wave Africa and 26 is Delhi.
Okay.
From Bombay
So
to
I will
Delhi.
ask about the future plans. You can add in that. So last question we push लूँगा. What will be the future plan and how you
Priyanka will answer.
how
No,
you feel
let
like,
him answer for the Africa.
No, let's just go talk about the quiz. I'll talk about the quiz.
Yeah. So about the quiz. So can you give us more details on the quiz? What is that idea and what is the objective there?
We got good standards and codes, but those good standards and codes are of no use unless people delve into it and they understand what it is. So we felt that rather than just conducting classes and workshops, we could probably have a competition which is worthwhile, which would make them want to open the books and read and find out what the standards say. So it's almost on the KBC platform. We have got good prize money, and there's been a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of competition that is happening. And I think we have succeeded. The first step we have succeeded in getting them to open the quiz, the standard books, and know what is where.
Okay. Now, ma'am, the last question is about the future plans. So, like, what are the future plans? How, what are your plans to take this show on the next level? What is it?
So ISEE will be shifting to Delhi for the third edition, and we are going to be 40,000 square meters of show, and we are going to a world-class venue which is done by the Modi government called Yashwabhumi in Dwarka. It's got all the exhibition facilities, inbuilt exhibition facilities, and we're going to be about 40,000 square meters at the third edition. So globally, we are going to go promoting the exhibition. Like I mentioned before, we will be participating in all international expos. We will be working even more closely with the market, and we will ensure a lot of participation for the third edition.
Most of the things are covered. If you want to add,
You want to add something?
The 40,000 belief is vindicated by the fact that we have already started getting pre-bookings. We are already booking stalls at this exhibition, and we have already started getting it. There are already demands that are coming in saying and requesting for space. So I think it vindicates our belief that this market is growing. It vindicates our belief that India has reached its position and now we can claim our place in the world.